So a while ago, at one of our local trail systems called the Farm on private land, my previous GPS unit, bar mount, disappeared somewhere in the woods and couldn't find it after. Got my hands on a freebie GPS. It's called, I'm going to try to pronounce this right, ZOS or KOS. No idea how you pronounce it, but the letters are XOSS, and I believe it's called the G Plus unit. So it does the bare minimum technically, which is speed, distance, mileage, riding, the time you've ridden for the ride. And if I looked on briefly online correctly, it goes for what, less than $50 on Amazon. I have been riding it for a while, so I'm going to give it sort of a review from the Dirtbag perspective of making do or using what you can if you need to, and what I find good and bad about it since I've got this unit. And have put some rides and at least one hike in with it so far. So one of the things with this unit is, as you heard from the beep, it comes with a automatic start-stop feature. Depending upon the person, it could be good or bad. I mean, for myself, I find it bloody annoying. I mean, beep, beep, beep kind of does get annoying after a while and very distracting. So, to me, if I had the money or I get the perfect chance to get a replacement for the one I had, I will gladly do so. And because of the beeps and self-start stop thing, I question how accurate the unit actually is. The reason I say that is I've used it once hiking, and I believe it, based on the person I was with, my friends, about measuring of the hike versus this unit's measuring hike, we came up 3 kilometers short. And what happened was, every time it would start and stop on a hike for no good reason, even though we were still moving. So I would not recommend the KOS GPS units for hiking, because the reality is, if you're going to use this, there's another beep, which means that the unit started and stopped again for no good reason, even though I'm still moving. So I don't believe the unit is accurate as it's claimed. Nor do I believe it's a good unit if you were to use it for more than one activity other than cycling. Now, it might be a good unit for you if you don't mind the beeping and all that, and you're not a data cruncher, you're not obsessed with data and how accurate it is. So if you're not one of those, then this unit should probably meet your requirements. Now, would I use this ever again, buy one of these ever again? No, I would not. I would rather spend roughly the same amount of money and try to find another Brighton Ride 310, I believe it was, I lost. While it doesn't beep, it doesn't stop, and more importantly, it is usable as a unit for more than just riding. I can use it for hiking, snowshoeing, and everything else one can do in winter and such in the woods. It's a better unit, and personally now, if it was me advising anyone as a coach, I would tell you to save the money and go, if you can find one, even used, get a Brighton before this unit, partially because you'd at least be able to use it for more than one activity, and it'd be much more accurate to use with your rides, and especially if you're trying to, you know, track your rides and, you know, all the fun stuff that we athletes like to do with data. So would it make do in a pinch if you had no choice? Yes. Would it make do if you are not worried about data numbers and accuracy? It would do. However, anybody else, I would not recommend this unit. And it's anything more than maybe the unit you have floating around to lend to somebody in an emergency or as a backup. I think there's a lot better options out there to use, including your phone, and Strava would be much better than this. But the downside to that is it would eat your phone battery. So yeah, as a Dirtbag, I do not really approve of this thing. I would think there's a lot better options out there than this. Then the G Plus from XOSS G Plus units. So, while as I just said, I think the unit is somewhat usable, overall, well, I would say for basic tracking, it works. For basic GPS tracking, this unit would work. However, beyond that, and due to the inaccuracies due to the start and stop function that seems to be I have no idea if you can stop it. However, this feature makes the overall, would I ever invest and buy it? I'd say thumbs down, no. It would not be a useful thing overall if I had to spend the money. I will say that as soon as I can get it, I will be trying to get at least a Brighton Ride 310 again before I would ever buy this model and come from this company again. I don't think it's as accurate as it's been claimed online for those of us who require a bit more accuracy or desire the more accuracy. If you don't care, all the power to you. I tend to care as a Dirtbag, even though I'm a Dirtbag, I do tend to care, so therefore that is important to me. So take it for what it is. That's just my personal observations and what my personal preferences are. Your needs will be different than mine, and if this works for you, great. If not, great. But it has to work for you, and for me, this does not actually work that well. Hopefully with winter coming, and maybe I'll be able to replace it sooner than later. Till then, I guess I just have to make do.